The NFL calendar is amazing. The NFL calendar has speaking of manipulating the algorithm, the NFL knows what they're doing because they space things out in a way to keep themselves relevant all the time. And Super Bowl's over. You think people would be moving on with their lives? I don't know, maybe seeing what's going on in the NBA. Hey, college basketball, right? Hockey, just had the Stadium Series. Oh, no. We have franchise tag day, Joe.
Yeah, March 7th, so 2 weeks from today.
So we get to obsess over that, and I understand why, because some of the decisions made by teams in the next couple of weeks as it relates to the franchise tag will have impacts on the quarterback carousel this offseason. The largest curiosity is around the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. He didn't get the contract that he wanted, played out this remainder of his contract. He wants to secure the bag, as the kids would say. And there is some speculation that the Baltimore Ravens will hit him with the exclusive franchise tag. He'll get a lot of money. He'll play the Kirk Cousins game here. He'll get paid for the season.
Exclusive would be $45 million right now.
But that's not what Lamar Jackson wants. He wants his fully guaranteed contract.
He wants a 5-year deal, $240 guaranteed, just like Deshaun Watson.
Just like Deshaun Watson. And I don't blame him. Yeah. I do not blame him whatsoever. So right now, the Ravens and Lamar Jackson are playing this game of chicken. And I've been saying, hey, man, if you put the franchise tag on him, he ain't going to play. He's very strong in his convictions about this. Believe him at this point. And Jeff Darlington was on ESPN echoing these points.
You're crazy if you think that Lamar Jackson is going to play on either tag, let alone the less expensive one. He ain't playing for $30 million. In fact, he ain't even going to play for $45 million this year. So that tag really is meaningless as it pertains to this season. All it does is ultimately buys you some time to either negotiate a long-term deal, the one that they want to get done with all that guaranteed money, or find a way to trade him for more than 2 first-round picks. I ultimately think that you got to understand Lamar Jackson's desires here and what he plans to do, and there is no way Lamar Jackson is playing on either of those tags.
So that's Jeff Darlington on ESPN, and I completely agree with him. Now, not all franchise tag situations with quarterbacks are created equal. Got Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. If he gets slapped with a franchise tag, I don't think he's sitting out. But according to Jordan Renan, ESPN, he's the Giants insider, it looks like it's not even going to come to that the Giants look like they're going to knock out a deal with Daniel Jones.
The non-exclusive franchise tag is the tag that guys get. No, once you put that tag on him, and I know people are like, go get him, let him negotiate. No, once you put a tag on a guy, nobody's giving up 2 first-round picks and then paying $40+ million on top of that. So you put the non-exclusive franchise tag on him, he'll basically be back. And the Giants are bringing him back. It's just a matter of whether they strike a deal before the tag window or have to use the tag.
So Daniel Jones fired his agent, so he has a new agent, which is why he's asking for that $45 million, because to your point, the quarterback market never goes down, and you should never accept less, especially when you're about to be locked in to a 5-year deal. This non-exclusive version, if we use it for Lamar Jackson, would allow him to negotiate with teams that currently have their first-round pick in the 23 and 24 drafts. So that would put the Panthers in company with the Falcons, Jets, Titans, Seahawks, and Washington, who we all kind of assume needs a quarterback, right? Then if you would work out a deal with Jackson, you actually don't even have to give up 2 first-round picks. Yeah. You just have to have 2 first-round picks, because what the non-exclusive tag does, it allows Jackson to negotiate and then would allow the Ravens to make a deal with the team that is willing to pay Jackson.
Yes.
So, quite frankly, and if people are confused by this, Lamar Jackson, yes, was an MVP in this league, and he's had some injury issues the last 2 years. He's 26 years old.
Yeah,
26. Okay, let's compare that to both Jimmy Garoppolo and Derek Carr, who are going to be 32 before the start of the season. Lamar Jackson just turned 26 on January 7th. So this is a guy in the prime of his career. And if you're the Panthers in particular, the success that your franchise had with a mobile running quarterback, while yes, Cam Newton's career did not last the same, you didn't have the same window as Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. Well,
guess what? Where it got you.
But it got you to the Super Bowl and regularly to the playoffs. But B, guess who else's window doesn't last as long as Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody not named Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. So that can't be your standard, right? I wouldn't mind Carr. I wouldn't mind Garoppolo, but I also think that they're short-term solutions in the sense of the next 3 to 4 years. I think with Jackson, if you gave him a 5 or 6 year deal, you are set at that position. There is no more, and then you could use that. I mean, well, you'd lose your 9th pick, but you could use some of your early picks to shore up the places that you need help with.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what also people would be interested in? Playing with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. That would be good. That would be a good thing.
DJ Moore goes from a guy begging for the ball to a guy who's going to be running wide open like the Dixie Chicks in wide open spaces.
Now, up to your point about Derek Carr, I don't hate the idea of Derek Carr with the Carolina Panthers because I do think that things will get worked out with Lamar Jackson and Baltimore because
I don't.
What option do they have?
I think they already would have worked it out. I think they would. I think they're actually probably hoping that the Bears are one of the teams that say, let's do this.
Whew.
Because remember, when you look at the top of the draft, the problem with the Panthers at 9 is there's so many other quarterback needy teams in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would say to you, you play a little roulette and somebody talks themselves into loving Bryce Young, who I do not think will be in the NFL in 5 years. Yeah. Okay? But CJ Stroud, if I'm Baltimore and I went and got CJ Stroud, I'd be pretty happy.